a prosecutor in the office, that's his job. At the state attorneys, he's in charge of this unit, and you're talking about pedophilia and all this just terrible. And I remember sitting with him, and some of the stuff they can't even send you discovery. You have to go in there and you have to look at discovery in their office. You know.
I recently had that experience representing a victim. I had the displeasure. It was I got to tell you, you never get used to it.
No,
okay.
It's terrible.
For reasons we don't need to get into,
Sure.
based on some evidentiary issues. I had no choice, but I had to go to the Broward Sheriff's Office and observe video evidence of a sex assault. And because it concerned, admissibility and all these other issues, I, as a lawyer, had to do my job and observe it. And you sit there as a human being, and it's almost intolerable. It's just intolerable. I don't know how to explain it. It's horrible.
Right. That's a heavy practice you're in, Brian. You know what I mean?
But I got to tell
those
you,
people need your help.
I'm a fighter.
Yeah, you definitely are.
And it triggers something in me. Son of a bitch. I
Yeah.
love fighting for these people. I got to tell you.
And if anybody deserves a fighter,
I don't care if I win or lose. The satisfaction, at least initially, is in the fight. Of course, I'm there to win. I'm not.
Right.
Let's not mince words.
Right.
Different people react differently. You are one to fight in the ring. You're definitely a fighter. I know as a criminal defense attorney, you've definitely had cases where you saw an injustice and you stood up.
Oh yeah, every day.
Very satisfying. And I'll even tell you, in my career as a criminal defense attorney, I represented people who were accused of sex offenses. I've seen both sides, and I'll tell you something. Having seen both sides, it really helps me as an attorney representing a victim.
100%. I always say to people, like, I'm not one to shit on prosecutors.
No, not
I
at all.
respect that job, and I always said I could do your job. I tell them a lot of times it's a disarming conversation. Like, look, I could do your job. I understand your job. I understand what you have to do. Really, you're a fighter. If you're a fighter, you're fighting on one side. These are what am I fighting for here? You're fighting for this guy's, right, his constitutional rights. Okay, let me fight for that. What are you fighting for here? Well, this person was just, had a crime committed. You're fighting for their human rights, right?
Right.
In some sense. So, like, that is what it is. So I respect
I have
if you have that well-rounded, I always said, people say, like, sometimes judges come up and they're like, oh, it's a former prosecutor. And I'm like, sometimes those judges become the best judges. And then you have judges that were lifelong public defenders that are goddamn terrible, right? Like, I'm not going to name names, right? But, like, that doesn't...
It's an individual thing.
Look, it's an individual thing. Can you be well-rounded?